Hey y'all, Jill here. Welcome back to the farm. I thought we were long overdue for a good old-fashioned vlog, and I'm excited because it's been a minute since I vlogged. We have been so incredibly crazy, still planting. I've got literally boxes of dahlias from different farmers that are going in the tunnel this evening. I'm just waiting for the sun to go down so that I'm not planting in the hottest part of the day. But I wanted to take you out to the tunnel. I've got to harvest some stuff. I thought I'd harvest now, bring it in and preserve it. Wait for the sun to go down just a little bit so that it's more manageable for me to plant outside. And yeah, let's just do a good old-fashioned vlog. I'm gonna grab a snack and I'll insert some videos, but we had our first cucumber harvest today. These are the Katrina cucumbers. We love to harvest them small and ferment them whole. You guys, this was literally full this morning, and between me, Nathan, and June, we have eaten almost this entire basket. Because there's nothing better on a hot day than a good old-fashioned cuke. Plus, because it is so hot, the only thing me and this sweet little baby want to eat are salads, cucumbers, juice. I'm really struggling, eating a lot. I'm going to give you guys a little baby update here in a bit, but we are over 30 weeks with sweet little baby boy. Seems crazy, but all right. Let me quit crunching in your ear. Let me grab my water. We're gonna head down to the tunnel. I guess I'll leave these for late night snacking. We also restocked baskets brought back by popular demand. We've been asked to restock these. We finally have a good bit restocked in the shop. It's been a while since we've done that, but we've got the mini baskets, the large. These are great harvest baskets. I just use them all the time. So if you want to snag one while we have one, the link's down in the description. But let's find our water. Grab my phone. My crate's down there, my scissors down there, everything's down there. We are gonna have to make a pit stop by the seed starting greenhouse. Give it a quick little water. In full springtime on the farm, our little bottle babies are not so little anymore. They're doing so good. They're so loud. I'm out here so they think they need to eat, but it's not actually time yet, so they're gonna have to just wait there. But we are about, my goal is between this week and next week, we will have planted out all of our things. Nathan and I are gonna be doing a YouTube video on the new spaces, the new layout on the farm, but a little sneak peek behind me here. I don't know if y'all can see that. This has been a big one. We'll talk more about that in a later vlog. But this morning, Nathan helped me, and by helped me, I mean he completely did it. He planted out our first round of sunflowers. So we have 288 sunflowers. I've got another 288 in the greenhouse that'll go out next week. So I'm not sure about you guys, but it has certainly not felt like springtime. We got up to 90 today, so we're having to water the greenhouse, all greenhouses actually, multiple times a day. And I was having this conversation with Nathan about how hot it's been this spring. I just don't remember our springs being this warm, and he saw something that I think the Farmer's Almanac put out saying that it was March was the hottest recorded March since the 1950s. And I can assure you I am feeling that this year quite a bit. It's just taking me a little bit longer to get chores done. I'm a little out of breath more. Just really trying to have grace and patience with myself. Pick those optimal times. I'm out here giving my tubers a quick water because these are going to be, I won't be able to get all of these in the ground tonight, but this is the start
of what I'm going to put in the flower tunnel once the sun goes down. So this is my original stock. And really what that means is these are the tubers I've been growing out for, this will be the 3rd year. Trying to trial them. I feel good about these. We will have these tubers for sale in the spring. I took cuttings from them, which I did a video on that for you guys. If you missed it, you can check it out right there. And then these have all just grown again, so they look great. I'll give you a better look in a minute, but let's get these watered real quick. These all really look great. You guys can see here, we've got that deep green color, so it's great. It's coming off the tuber here. These are all that have already been, you know, cut from too. So this is the 2nd wave of growth, which I could cut them again, but I just don't have the time. We've got to get these in the ground to have a good harvest. So I've omitted not to, but you guys can see they look great. I am probably the most excited about this. So just my little sea of dahlias. So I just got my last big tuber order in this week, and so I'm not gonna have time to pre-sprout those. We're just gonna put them in the ground. So like I mentioned, that's my farm stock. That's what I've been growing out since we bought the farm here, which is really cool. So we're gonna be putting most of those in the high tunnel. I'm a little worried about humidity and moisture here and how that's gonna affect the foliage of the dahlias. So a lot of these specialty ones that I'm trying out will put maybe 1 or 2 tubers in the high tunnel, but we've also prepped some outdoor spaces that I can't wait to show you guys. As much as I've been busy in the greenhouse and planting, Nathan's been really busy trying to finish building out these spaces. And so he's done such an incredible job, but our high tunnel is so full. I am so thankful at this point. It's harvesting and preserving fast enough before those spring crops start to bolt, because it is getting so ridiculously hot here. So that's what we're gonna do. I already harvested cucumbers this morning. It's Tuesday when I'm shooting this. Hopefully it's Tuesday when y'all are seeing it. But I clip and trellis on Tuesdays. So I go through every Tuesday and I will clip up my cucumbers. I'll prune them, and I'll do the same with my tomatoes. So I went ahead and harvested that. That was the basket you saw earlier. But what I really need to do is start harvesting some of these snap peas, because I grew them originally for foliage, but I don't have any other flowers in bloom. So kind of in vain. We're just gonna be eating some snap peas right now. And then my spinach. I am not able to harvest quite fast enough because it is just so hot. It keeps wanting to bolt super fast. So let's harvest some stuff, take it inside. All right, rule number 1, when it comes to a clean, smooth harvest, choose the appropriate tools. I spent years not investing in tools, and then one year I decided I was going to, and now I can never figure out for the life of me why I never did that. So these are actually like lettuce knives. You can see they're kind of curved here, which makes it perfect for like harvesting heads of lettuce. We're not actually harvesting heads, I'm just gonna be picking off leaves. But this is gonna be great because I'm needing to cut my spinach super deep because it is just bolting so fast. At this point, we're just freezing a lot of it. But good harvesting knife does the trick. I've got my bigger tote just because, well, I don't know, I just grabbed this one. I felt like I had a lot, and I feel like I do have a lot, so maybe this was justified. But harvesting crate, harvesting basket, something of that nature. We're having meatballs, rice, and salad tonight, which is kind of a odd combination, but we were able to put the meatballs in the crock pot all day. I can throw together some rice pretty quickly, and obviously a salad. So
I'm gonna harvest some greens to go with dinner. I'm a little worried about some of this lettuce starting to get a bit bitter. So I'm just harvesting the massive stems, even though some of them are flowering and they're bolting. What I'm gonna do is just take these in the house, dunk them in some cold water, and then I'll go through and start picking off the foliage versus trying to do that out here. That's gonna take me quite a bit of time, and time I don't really have. So it's a nice clean cut. Love it. All right, we got a good bit of spinach. So now we're kind of working on a clock. So we'll just add those to the salad. I've got some pansies over here I'm gonna harvest too. So I do have some celery that's ready to harvest. However, I'm going to come out here in the morning and harvest that for a big batch of juice for Nathan and I. I'm not actually gonna set it, you know, let it just sit out in the fridge overnight. So those snap peas are just gonna go with the salad tonight. Not enough obviously to preserve. I'm still kind of unsure on how I feel about growing those. The original idea was to grow them for flower foliage. They don't trellis very well. I don't know, they've just kind of been a pain in the butt. But anyways, let's harvest some radishes to go with dinner. You guys can see we have a bunch. We've been harvesting a bunch. So let's just do a quick little harvest of a few of these. Take it inside and really just get that spinach preserved, and then we can do some chatting. Probably enough to go with dinner. We still have a few more in the house. So let's go add this to our basket. All right, nice little garnish on top. All right, let's take our harvest in. Y'all know it would not be springtime on the farm without a sink full of dishes and a dirty house. So let's wash the spinach real quick. We still have a little bit from last week's harvest. I don't think this little tote's gonna be enough, so we'll just have to throw it in a baggie. But mainly just gonna wash it in cold water and get it in the refrigerator as soon as possible. What I've done here is I've topped and tailed my radishes, which is what I do when I am you know, putting them in cold storage. So I just snapped the top off of them, which we'll feed to our chickens, pigs, sheep. And then I just took a clean knife and just cut the roots off. And so this is what I would do. Like I mentioned, if I was getting ready to store them, I'd pop them in a bag, tie them up, add some air ventilation. So these are actually just gonna go in the crisper since I'm gonna be using them in just a few hours with dinner. I used to love when we sold vegetables because we're an organic farm, you guys know that, and so we'd always get teased about bugs in our produce, which one just confirms we're organic. But check out that little guy. The chickens will absolutely love him. So just gonna pop him off, put him in the chicken bowl. All right, just like that, we are restocked again. All right, let's squish this down, get it in the fridge. Good to go. You want some? Look. It. You don't want any of that? Hello, hello. Oh, you trying to get me. You don't want none? All right, so let's chat, baby. Give you guys a little update on little man. Like I mentioned, I'm a little over 30 weeks. I actually go to see my midwife tomorrow, so we'll check heart tones, measurement, my blood pressure, urine, you know, all the basic normal stuff. He's been measuring on schedule. I've been feeling great. It's crazy to think though that in less than 10 weeks he could be here, or not. Or he could be like June. June was super late, but I'm feeling great. I appreciate you guys checking in. There is so much we're trying to do now though to prepare for time off, because he is going to be born in the middle of summer, in the middle of harvest season and bouquet making and subscriptions. I'm trying to get as much lined up ahead of time as I can so that I can take a little bit of a break and let Nathan step in and do some of the on-farm things for me. A few prayer requests though. Planting has been more challenging. I think, you know, when I was pregnant with June, I still had a job off farm, and I was farming part-time. And farming part-time is a lot different than farming full-time while you're pregnant, I am realizing, especially with the expansion that we're doing this year. And so I've had to really reevaluate my expectations. I've had to say no to some things that I wanted to say yes to. I wanted to expand and do even more, and just realizing that I have to listen to my body, and my body's telling me that it hurts right now and that planting's really hard when you're 7 months pregnant. So if you guys can just pray that we can get through this week and next week. Our big hope is to get within these next 2 weeks all of our tubers planted. That will be our big push, and then things can kind of take a little bit of a shift. It's more maintaining and harvesting. Right now the planting is just the hardest thing. Bending over, there's no real great position to plant in, especially when you have thousands of things to plant out. And so we have been good. We've been so good. We have just been trying to get the farm to a place where it's turning more profit this year, more in alignment with our goals and our vision for long term here on the farm. And it really is just such a privilege to be able to share it with you, and I can't wait to be able to share more of it with you once all the planting is done. But I just wanted to hang out with you guys today, show you some springtime on the farm, harvest some stuff from the tunnel, give you a little bit of a baby update. We do have a name. That's a question we've been getting asked a lot, but we're gonna be hanging on to that one for a minute. We're not gonna tell anyone just yet, but maybe soon we'll spill the beans, who knows. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'm going to put some links down in the description. Like I mentioned, we have the shop restocked specifically for Mother's Day. So Mother's Day's coming up this weekend. Any fellas listening, be sure to get on that. And my friend Kaylee and I have a fun announcement for a workshop we're going to be hosting that I'll post more about later in the week on here. So tune back in. Hopefully there'll be a few more videos from me later in the week. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. I'll talk to you soon.